number 6. Now for your winning Powerball number, it is 18, and that power play multiplier is 2. Let's take another look at those winning numbers. Remember, there are multiple ways to win. We'll see you back here this Monday night. Bye, everyone.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12, NBC 26 at 11.
A tradition over 100 years old is back in Aiken this weekend. The 106th annual Aiken Horse Show has returned after the pandemic put it on hold for 2 years. Our Maria Sellers joins us live in the studio now with how this event is about more than just showcasing some beautiful animals. Maria?
Yeah, and while people coming out and showing off their horses is the main focus of the event, it serves as the biggest purpose as being the fundraiser for the Hitchcock Woods Foundation, who maintains the forest with programs like prescribed burns. And leaders say not having it the last 2 years had an impact on their ability to do their work.
We definitely missed it and had to kind of scale back and rein our expenses in a little bit, but we're super excited to be back and to have this program back.
They were not the only ones who were glad to have it back. For some riders, like the Jackson family, this event is a tradition that was missed during the pandemic.
It was kind of disappointing because this is my favorite show of the year, but I understand why they couldn't do it.
But that absence has made the heart grow fonder and the crowd get larger.
It's an even bigger turnout now because everyone's just been waiting for so long, and now everyone's really excited, bringing all the horses they can.
Included in this year's participants are newcomers like the Galvarino family, who moved to Aiken to be closer to the horseback riding scene, and they say it's an honor to participate.
This is a really special place. It's amazing.
They're hopeful it can become a new tradition.
I like it because you can be able to have something to look forward to each year.
Whether it's a first-timer or someone who calls the show a tradition, leaders are happy to have it back and get to show the community more of Hitchcock Woods.
It's a great way to see a good part of the woods and also enjoy the sense of community down at the horse show.
And the community is why they do it. Yeah, and anyone interested in attending that missed today's show can see it again tomorrow. It will take place at Hitchcock Woods beginning around 9 a.m. And if you're not able to make it out, you can always enjoy the outdoors and visit the property 365 days a year from sunup to sundown.
All right, thanks so much, Maria. The Hitchcock Foundation wasn't the only one holding a horse-themed event in Aiken this weekend. USC Aiken held their 17th annual Pacers and Polo event at the Powder House Polo Field. And like so many other events, Pacers and Polo was also previously put on hold because of the coronavirus.
Really good to be back doing something that became a yearly thing for us to do. It was just part of the calendar. You just rolled right through it, and then all of a sudden it's taken away from you, and it's been really strange not being able to do this for the last 2 years.
Part of the money raised at Pacers and Polos goes right back into USC Aiken. That's to help with scholarships and funding the development and athletics programs. Live look outside now at I-20 at Riverwatch Parkway right out.
Forecast.
Thanks, Mikhail. It's no secret that the cost of living has gone up over the last few years. Zillow reports the average rent in Atlanta has skyrocketed to almost $1,900 a month. The rising cost of living prompted a march in Atlanta today where people demanded the statewide ban on rent control be lifted. They also called for lawmakers to pass a tenant's bill of rights. One military veteran says rent is really limiting her budget, and she is not alone.
These rents are so astronomical. You got mothers and children in shelter, whole families in shelter, taking rents from $800 a month to almost to double the rent. You know, that's not good.
While prices in Augusta generally are not as expensive as in Atlanta, Realtor.com reports a 17% jump in the average rent prices across the country. Russia says it will stop. Congress is launching an investigation into Amazon's labor practices, particularly during severe weather events. The probe comes after tornadoes killed 6 workers last year at an Amazon distribution center in Illinois. After that storm, employees reported that they were warned that they would be fired if they left their shifts early to find shelter. Lawmakers say they are concerned Amazon, quote, may be putting health and safety of its workers at risk. Still ahead, a look at which teams are going to the men's NCAA championship game next week, and the preparations as the Lady Gamecocks get ready to face off against UConn. We'll be back in just a bit.
You enjoy the WRDW app on your phone, but did you know you can also stream it on your TV? Even if you cut the cord, you don't have to lose your local news.
Wait, what?
Or your first alert weather with the free WRDW streaming app.
Well, that's good news.
And it's easy to do. Just type in or search WRDW, and you've got your local news, first alert weather, sports, and more. The WRDW News app on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV store.
How are we getting around it?
According to them, hundreds of off-duty pilots from Alaska to San Francisco took to the streets. And Southwest Airlines was forced to delay or cancel hundreds of their flights as well, citing a system-wide tech issue. The airline issued an apology to customers, but says the problem has since been resolved. You might want to hang on to all of those masks. A new study shows norovirus is increasing in the U.S. It's the bug responsible for the stomach flu. The CDC says norovirus has been on the rise since the beginning of the year. Since early January, the number of weekly outbreaks has gone from fewer than 10 per week to more than 50 per week. Health officials say the lifting of COVID restrictions combined with more people gathering together has allowed the norovirus to spread more effectively. Las Vegas is getting ready to host music's biggest night for the first time ever. The ceremony is being held tomorrow night at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Trevor Noah is hosting, and you can watch it on News 12 Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And check your brackets if you have one, because the final matchups for the NCAA tournaments are set. Kansas is headed to the championship game after beating Villanova 81-65 this evening. They'll face off against North Carolina after UNC beat Duke 81-77 tonight. South Carolina's women's team had an open practice today ahead of their game against UConn tomorrow. The practice gave fans a chance to come out and see the team's workout. Head coach Dawn Staley says the team got most of their work done in Columbia because when you get to the final, there isn't as much time to prepare.
And if it's your first time coming, you know, you don't know. But now that we've been here a few times, we get our work done before we get here, and then as we progress through the weekend, we figure out what's the most important thing.
Number 1 South Carolina takes on number 2 UConn tomorrow night in Minneapolis. Mikkel?
Sounds like a really good matchup right there, and I'm rooting for those Gamecocks. As far as temperatures for tonight,
Closed captioning for News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent.
It's that time of the year again when the Garden City gets its makeover ahead of the Masters tournament next week. The Parks and Recreation Department has been hard at work bringing out the best we have to offer. After all, we have the world coming to visit.
Just come on down to Broad Street. Anywhere you park, we're going to have planters out there. We'll have some of our plants in there. You can come to Augusta Common where we're standing, and you can see some of the plants we put in, and along the Riverwalk.
City leaders tell us they have planted around 6,000 new flowers in just the downtown area alone. Some other Masters news, our crew, including you, Mikkel, correct?
Yes, correct.
So our crew went out to the Augusta National today, and they tell us concessions were out of the Georgia peach ice cream sandwiches. We don't know why they don't have the ice cream sandwiches, but it is a little bit of a loss nonetheless. But one big perk, you guys brought back a ton of pimento cheese sandwiches for all of us, and
yes.
Thank you.
Also some egg salad sandwiches. Oh, they're pulled pork barbecue. Got to see if we can bring back some of those because those are really good.
And it seemed like a pretty nice day out on the course in terms of weather-wise. How are we looking for the next week?
It was beautiful today, lots of sunshine. For tomorrow, drive, chip, and putt going on with the younger kids, and the forecast looks good for that as well. But the practice rounds of the Masters could be a little bit impacted by the potential for some storms and showers. So let's go ahead and take a look at that as far as the forecast goes.
All right, thanks so much, Mikal. The sports now. The drive, chip, and putt final is tomorrow, and we've got 3 local kids competing. We're going to hear from all of them next with Nick. As we head to break, here's a live look at New York City and your winning lotto numbers. We'll be back in just a bit.
To see what's trending in your area.
The Live by Camera Network is brought to you by Mountaineer Pest Services. On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
The Augusta National Women's Amateur featured a field that was some of the best collegiate golfers in the game, but it was a high school sophomore who took home the title. 16-year-old Anna Davis became the youngest winner of the Augusta National Women's Amateur, finishing with a score of 1 under. It was a bit of an up-and-down week for Davis. She finished the first round of Champions Retreat, tied for the lead. A shaky round on Thursday left her near the cut line for part of the day before she settled in. She came into today's final round 2 off the lead. After going even through the first 8 holes, she birdied 3 of the last 10 to finish 1 under for the tournament, 1 shot ahead of Latana Stone and Ingrid Lindblad.
Still a little shocked. I don't think it's processed yet that I've won here, but no, it's pretty surreal, to be honest. I'm speechless. Like, I can't even fathom like what just happened. It all happened very quickly.
And it was a tough finish for Latana Stone today. Through 16 holes, she was sitting at 3 under and needed just a couple pars to take home the title. But a double bogey on 17 and a bogey on 18 left her in a tie for second with LSU teammate Ingrid Lindblad. From the champions of today to the champions of tomorrow, the Drive, Chip, and Putt National Finals will take place tomorrow at Augusta National. We've got 3 local kids competing in 3 different age groups this year. In the 7 to 9 girls age group, it is Lila Hawker from Fort Gordon. Hawker's only been playing golf for about 18 months, but she's already got quite the resume. In her first day playing, she made a hole-in-one over at First Tee of Augusta. She's the lone girl representing Augusta in the finals this year. She says she hopes to be an inspiration to other young girls who want to play golf.
Yeah, I definitely want them to look at me like as I'm an inspiration. I know it's definitely going to be really cool. Also really exciting and scary and a lot of other things.
Over on the boys' side, Hamilton Coleman and Zane Madison will be representing Augusta. They both actually play at the same club, Westlake Country Club. They say the support has been incredible since they qualified for the national final last fall. Zane says he even signed some autographs for people, turning into a little 9-year-old celebrity. He'll be in the 7 to 9 age group. Hamilton will be in the 12 to 13 age group. They say being able to go through this together makes the experience even more special.
We usually talk about the chips, just chipping and chipping and chipping. He's teaching me stuff that I don't know.
It's been really cool to compete with Zane. Like this morning we had a putting competition and we've just been trying to, get each other better. Lila, I haven't been able to be around her as much, but we've had some, in the past we've had some, competitions and just trying to help each other all get better.
So best of luck to all 3 of them competing. We're going to have the results from the Drive, Chip, and Putt final tomorrow right here on News 12. Miguel?
Thanks for that, Nick. Looking forward to that tomorrow. No rainfall for today, but we are tracking those rain chances next week. Your forecast one last time next. It's better as we head towards Thursday and Friday.
Thanks so much for joining us. We have more news and weather coming up tomorrow at 6 a.m. We'll see you there.